So, the diagnosis came last week. Just to give you some background, I did have a bleeding problem. It's called acquired von Willebrand's disease, and it's basically a bleeding problem similar to hemophilia, but it's a different protein in the blood. Nevertheless, I got that out of the blue, which was extremely rare, and they started to make some connections and found that the connection between that bleeding disorder could be made to possible multiple myeloma. Unfortunately, that link was made last week. So that's where it came from. Not a huge surprise to me. We've been searching for this every 3 months, 3 to 6 months for the past 4 years. Nothing had changed until recently. Now it has changed and it's turned into something different. So we're dealing with a different issue now. So what does it mean to be late stage? That's an interesting point that I wanted to break to everyone, and that is I was told by my doctor that this is something you have and you don't have. It's not something that you can sort of have a little bit and it goes away. I mean, this is an all-on cancer. Apparently, I had 90% cancer cells in my bone marrow, which wasn't a very good indication of much. However, the good news is that, with regard to prognosis, it doesn't really matter how much you have. If you have 100% cancer cells or you have 10% cancer cells, the idea is to beat it back into remission so that you have 0 cancer cells. So, yes, it was highly involved, as the doctors call it, which means it was fairly active cancer. But in the end, it probably isn't going to matter whether I had a little bit or a lot of it. They did a simple bone marrow biopsy to get to that diagnosis, and I say simple, it's not really that simple. My cousin Lee, who I'm sure you'll meet, you'll probably be meeting a lot of people on this video as they come over to say hello, was with me. And they core into your hip bone, and they extract your bone marrow. It's extremely painful. I've had it done 3 times. And that's where they are able to see how involved your cancer is. So, they gave me the diagnosis. How did I take it? I took it just fine. I mean, as I said, this isn't a huge surprise to me. As I said, my cousin was with me, so that was good. And the idea was just to come out of the gate, come out of the corner, whatever sports metaphor you want to use, is to come out swinging, come out fighting. So that's what they did. They started me on therapy right away the next day. I'll get into the meds in the next little segment because I don't want to overwhelm people with this stuff. But to give you an idea, it wasn't a huge surprise to me. I did go home this past weekend. Actually, this is Sunday now. No, today's Monday. Sorry. Last weekend to tell my family. I'll tell you how that went as well. But basically, the night I was told I had incurable cancer, I went to the Yankees game, and I hate the Yankees, but it was something to do. So the next bit will be, I shouldn't say bit, this isn't an act. The next clip will be about how people took it, and then we'll talk about the meds after that and take it from there.